Have you noticed how, as crises like this one affecting the Boeing 737s blow in, everyone suddenly becomes an avionics expert? Yes, even President Trump says these planes are not safe. They're too complicated for their pilots. Look, it is true, they're not aeronautically stable. They only stay in the air because of the complex computer systems that run them. But we know they're much safer than the old ones. This is a major problem for Boeing, though. It's a massive business blunder because they have 5,000 of these planes on order. They sell for $135 million each. That's 2 billion rand.
Yes.
And now they've all been grounded. So, yes, the share price of Boeing, which looked good in 2018, has now taken a dive. And the airlines that fly them, well, they're not happy either. But I suppose the good news is, even if they never get approved to go back into the air, they can still be used for ground transportation. Yes, exactly. You know, when you're at OR Tambo, they can use the 737 MAX 8s to taxi you out to the other plane that will fly you to Cape Town. Right, in China, nobody seems to have any privacy rights, and nobody seems to care either. 1.4 billion people, 1.3 billion of whom are Han Chinese. You can stomp on their rights, who cares? They're all just there for Chairman. They're all just there for Chairman Xi Jinping to, kind of get his own way, and this is all good. Consider, for example, PingAn, the insurance company.
Yeah.
Did you know that they use fancy technology in order to sign up new customers?
Really?
And the app basically encourages you to submit your claims via facial recognition video type thing, right? Then there is an artificial intelligence machine which assesses your face and decides whether or not you're lying. If it thinks you might be, they turn on the location device and start tracking whether you're sleeping in the account holder's premises and so on and so forth. It's astonishing. Who cares? Privacy rights out the window. One wonders why they even bother to write the policies and leave any choice in it at all. They should just pre-select all of the people in the whole country who are worth insuring and then just start sending them debit orders. So some genius in the Hungarian government launching a social family policy program in Hungary gets the brief to put up a whole lot of billboards and buys a stock photo of a couple, giving each other a little cuddle there, promoting family values. You understand the government in Hungary, it's probably a little bit racist, a little bit conservative, the whole policy. The problem is, of all the people in the whole world, the whole universe of stock photos, the couple to pick, they picked these two. Remember who they are. They're the most notorious couple on the whole internet because they are the ones that are in that picture with the guy in the middle looking over his shoulder at the other girl in the red dress.
Oh,
Oh
no.
man, they're not in love at all. What about the Hungarian social policy now?
I think it's the perfect description.
You might think that banking here in South Africa is a little primitive, with ATMs and cash banknotes and all of those branches. Trust me, it's worse in the rest of the world. In the United States of America, people still use checks. I'm not joking. Checks, bits of paper that you sign your name on and put in the mail. Checks in the mail. In Japan, they use something called Hanko.
What?
Yes, it's basically like a little stamp. Like a little identity stamp that gets made with your own name on it and certain special features. Parents basically give their newly matured adult children Hanko as coming of age presents, because then you can use your own Hanko. Basically, you need a whole series of little Hankos in order to open a bank account and do things like purchase a house, etc., etc. And these things are made out of wood. It's 1800s technology. The good ones, the really expensive, fancy ones, are made out of a cow's horn. Very good. So basically, it turns out that Japanese people, this is the country of the high-speed train and the, endless vending machine, carry around with them a little pencil bag in which they have their personal Hanko collection. So, for example, there's one called a jitsuin, which is used for serious transactions like buying a house or entering into a mortgage. There's one called a ginkoin, which is for banking. Even companies can't log onto a computer and do a whole lot of EFTs. They write out their payment instructions on little bits of paper, and then the company Hanko has to be stamped on it. And it gets worse. There's even a thing called the Mito Mien, which is a little personal hanko that you use when, like, Amazon delivers something to your apartment and you have to go and stamp the little piece of paper to show that it's been received. The stuff is beginning to change now, which is why it's been in the news. Banks have decided it's okay. People can do these transactions electronically. Unbelievable. One wonders what you have to do in order to close a bank account in Japan. You probably have to arrive at this branch with your samurai sword. Right, this is time now for a blunder, which means an apology. Yes, an apology. 2 weeks ago, we spoke about Ronaldo bonds, the Juventus bonds that plummeted because Juventus lost 2-0 in the first leg of the round of 16 in the Champions League to Atletico Madrid, and the financial share price of the bonds and of Juventus club listed in Italy absolutely plummeted. And I made a number of disparaging comments about Mr. Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Now, what happens is last night in the second leg back in Turin, Ronaldo pumps in a hat-trick.
Yep.
The next morning, the share price of Juventus is up by over a third.
Cheap.
So whatever my comments were about Mr. Ronaldo being too old, not the greatest of all time, I take them back. He is But the moral of the story, people, is do not invest in professional sports clubs. Because, you know, down 30% one day, up 30% the next day. This is a vanity investment at best.
Yep.
One for the fans only.
Cabrito.